In the annals of history, the Chola Empire shone as a golden age. The king who wrote the final chapter of such a glorious empire was Rajendra Chola III, 1246 AD to 1279 AD. Although his period was a dark era marking the decline of the Chola Empire, Rajendra III is remembered as a valiant king who fought to protect the empire until his last breath. Let us explore the life, family, heroic battles, welfare initiatives, historically significant temples, and titles of this last great Chola emperor, presented in a narrative form. The twilight of the Chola Empire, the rise of Rajendra Chola III. The 13th century AD was a time when the Chola Empire was gradually losing its strength. The dominance of the Hoysalas in the north and the rise of the Pandyas in the south posed major challenges to the Cholas. In this scenario, in 1246 AD, after Rajendra Chola III, the capable Rajendra Chola III ascended the throne. His family background is somewhat complex. He assumed power either in place of or jointly with his father, Rajendra Chola III, while the latter was still alive. Since Rajendra Chola III was less capable than Rajendra III, even though Rajendra III nominally ruled, the real power rested with Rajendra III. Some inscriptions praise Rajendra III as the cunning hero who killed Rajendra III after making him wear the double crown for 3 years. This is considered evidence of a possible civil war or power struggle between Rajendra III and Rajendra III. This title highlights Rajendra III's boldness and his skill in seizing power. Inscriptions from Thirukannapuram mention that Rajendra III had a wife named Kalakula Mahadevir and a son named Semapillai. Some scholars believe that during the decline of the Chola Empire, this Semapillai ruled as a chieftain, paying tribute to Maravarman Kulasekara Pandyan and Maravarman Veerapandyan in the Pudukkottai region. This indicates that the Chola lineage did not completely vanish, and that they fought until their very end. Rajendra III's valiant battles, an era of challenges. The reign of Rajendra Chola III was largely filled with wars and challenges. When the Chola Empire was at its peak, it conquered many nations and spread its fame across the world. But during Rajendra III's time, merely holding on to it was a great struggle. When he ascended the throne, the Pandyas and Cheras revolted against Chola rule. Rajendra III immediately led an army and suppressed these revolts. He established his rule in Madurai. To mark Rajendra III's early victories, some inscriptions praise him as Maharaja Narapati, who took the crowned heads of 2 Pandyas. Wars also occurred between Rajendra III and the Western Chalukyas. When Jaisimha II took over as the Western Chalukya king, he tried to recapture the territories lost to the Cholas. In these wars, Rajendra III fought against the Chalukyas. However, his main challenges were the Hoysalas and the Pandyas. The Pandyas brought about a major turning point in Rajendra III's life. After Jadavarman Sundara Pandyan I ascended the throne in 1251 AD, he became a major threat to the Chola Empire. In 1257 AD, Sadayavarman Sundar Pandyan invaded the Chola country, defeated Rajendra Chola III, and made him a tributary chieftain. This revealed the weakness of the Chola Empire. The Hoysalas played a divisive role in Tamil Nadu during this period. Seeing the lack of unity among the Tamil kingdoms, the Hoysalas supported one Tamil kingdom against another to prevent both the Cholas and Pandyas from reaching their full potential. Although the Hoysalas supported the Cholas during Rajendra III's time, they later allied with the Pandyas. Finally, in 1279 AD, Maravarman Kulasekara Pandyan I defeated Rajendra Chola III, bringing an end to Chola rule. The last inscription about Rajendra III dates to 1279 AD. After that, no inscriptions of a Chola emperor have been found. The long and glorious rule of the Cholas came to an end. Public welfare projects and administration. The Chola Empire was renowned for its excellent administration and welfare projects. Even though Rajendra III's reign was in the empire's final phase, the traditional Chola administrative systems continued. Irrigation. The Cholas gave great importance to agriculture. During Rajendra Chola III's time, lakes and canals were maintained. An inscription found in the Mukanar region of Vallupuram district confirms that in the 16th regnal year of Rajendra Chola III, a chieftain named Vanenja Perumalan Vanagovarayan dug a canal from Arani to Mukanar Lake, and then a new canal from there to Kadavanar Lake, improving irrigation facilities. This demonstrates the Chola government's concern for facilitating agriculture. Trade and guilds. During his time, merchant guilds, village assemblies, and artisan groups had full freedom to operate. Some reports indicate that this led to overall peace in the country and helped maintain a relatively stable economy. Religious harmony. During the Chola period, there was great development in the fields of art, literature, and religion. Rajendra III seems to have patronized Shaivism. However, the Cholas generally respected all religions. Historically significant temples. One of the unique characteristics of the Cholas was the magnificent temples they built. The Tanjavur Beg Temple built by Rajaraja Chola I and the Gangakonda Cholapuram Temple built by Rajendra Chola I are excellent examples of Chola architecture. There is limited clear evidence that Rajendra Chola III directly built large temples. Since his reign was marked by wars and the decline of the empire, there might not have been sufficient time for new major constructions. However, he might have focused on the maintenance and renovation of already existing temples. Rajendra III's special titles and their significance. In some places, he is referred to by common Chola titles such as Kapurkesar Varman and Narapati. An inscription describing him as the cunning hero who killed Rajaraja III after wearing the double crown, in reference to his early victory, demonstrates his bravery and political astuteness. His struggle to cope with the dominance of the Pandyas and Hoysalas and to maintain the Chola presence as much as possible shows his perseverance and courage. The last breath of the Chola Empire. The Chola Empire is one of the longest and most glorious empires in history. Their existence is known from the 3rd century BCE, mentioned in Ashoka's inscriptions, or, according to some references, even from the 6th century BCE. Although they experienced ups and downs during intermediate periods, they wielded great influence in South India from the 9th century AD to the 13th century AD. It is a tragic chapter in history that a great empire that ruled for over 1,500 years came to an end in 1279 AD with the defeat of Rajendra Chola III. The era of the Cholas, who ruled the Tamil land for such a long time, leaving an indelible mark on art, culture, economy, and administration, ended with the rise of the Pandyas. Although the bravery of Rajendra Chola III, who wrote the final chapter of a golden age, is commendable, the fall of a great empire in the flow of time is indeed very painful and regrettable. To learn about the Chola kings in sequence, please refer to our playlist. Support us to see more historical records like this. Thank you.